Marian Park, Dundalk, 65th anniversary celebrations. This programme funded by Commission Amon with the television licence fee.
Yeah, good afternoon. Marissa Casey here with the man who let his name.
I'm sorry, that's me. I'll probably get it.
And we're here for the next hour, coming to you live from Marian Park, where the residents are celebrating 65 years in living here, in existence, 65 years.
And he's looking very well for me, I say.
We are joined, first of all, by some of the organising committee of this afternoon's event, and I'm going to ask them to explain what's been going on here, not just today, James McCrae, but the entire weekend. You've had a lot of things happening.
We had yesterday. We had what we had yesterday? Oh yeah, we had the pipe button. 11:15.
Right.
And from 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock we had a fun day up in the resource centre. And then today we had an outdoor mass in the artificial football field, led by Father Mark O'Hagan, who from 3:30 to 6 p.m. tonight.
Okay, we're having a bit of a problem there with your mic, James. I'm just going to check it there in a minute, but I'm going to go over to some of the other committee members here. Rose Kearney, hello Rose. 49 years you tell me living here.
Yes, I am living here 49 years. Very happy living here.
Okay, you must have been nearly one of the first residents. Well, obviously 65 years ago you weren't here, but still.
There was a lot of people here before I come. We bought the house a long time after that, so we did. And we're here 49 years now, so we are. So we've brilliant neighbours, I have to say, and everybody cares for one another and looks for one another and helps one another. And there's two very special people in the street that needs to be thanked. That's Paul Casey and Marcy Rogers for all the cleaning and everything they done for us coming up to this. And the rest of the committee were absolutely brilliant. We worked very hard for the last 6 weeks to get everything organised and everything sorted out. And a special very thanks to James McCrae. He done everything in his power he could for us.
Well, I know we've been talking to James over the last few months. He has been in the studio with us and we knew he was doing a lot of work. Sorry, this woman I have here is
Mary McCarthy.
And how long are you here, Mary?
I'm used as well. We're 49ers. We came in to see you. Yeah.
The 49. Listen, Mary, has much changed here in Marian Park since you came?
Not particularly. No. Just a lot of people have left. And all the young families, when I came in, they got married and they're all left now. You know what I mean? But they were all here today, most of them.
Yeah, it's great to see, and I think there's probably a lot of people here today who maybe have moved on from Marian Park, but they've come back, which means, you know, they have good memories that they were willing to come back today to celebrate.
A lot of people bought the houses. The older people died, and all the younger people bought the houses, and it's a reunion now again of everybody coming back into the park, their children and their grandchildren and their great-grandchildren. So it's a very, very good community, so it is very good. So it is.
Do you know how many houses are in Marian Park?
156. Yes.
And over the years, how many of the residents in those 156 houses would you have known?
Most of them all at the beginning, yes, because it was a great community, so it was, most of them, definitely.
Had you a similar experience?
I'm not. Yeah, I had a nice experience. I liked it. I like living here.
Okay.
You know. And we have a lovely park over there.
I know, I'm looking at the park and the lovely playground, and
that's how all this started. We were trying to tidy up the footpath outside the park, picking up weeds and things like that. That's how we all got together. Then it started from there, didn't it? Yeah. Myself and Mary decided one day we'd go out and clean up the weeds, and James also. And then we decided we'd form a committee. And this is where it all, so we were coming up to the 65th anniversary, and we decided then that we'd have a celebration to, remember.
With the television licence fee.
send this to me son.
Yeah, we are back here at
Here
Marian
with my
Park.
friend Donna.
And people are going to talk to us for getting them a mic in their hands. Hold on, you're on air there. Anyway,
Sorry, we're just posing for photographs.
65th anniversary here of Marian Park, and I'm joined by three residents, and I have to get the third one's name because I didn't catch it yet, but I have Anne Connolly and Catherine Kieran, who are probably not Anne Connolly and Catherine Kieran. Where are you growing up? You were Anne Connolly.
I'm Ann Doyle now.
I was Catherine Dullahan.
There we go.
And
But
this was done in Ordon.
Donna Nardone, well,
And now Baldwin.
okay. But all three of you grew up in this wonderful estate.
Yes.
We grew up maybe 2 or 3 doors away from each other. We could all see each other's houses from each other's doors. So yeah, lifelong friends, good friendships made. You know, it's been a lovely place to grow up.
And, you know, how different is it, or is it different today to what it was when you were growing up, Catherine?
There's a lot of there's been a lot of changes over 65 years. There's been so many people who've passed on, or people who have lived, but there still seems to be in every house that you sort of know somebody. Especially, it used to be 3 parts of the street. To be down the bottom, this was they're calling it the horseshoe, but we used to call it, you go round the ring and we weren't allowed pass. So there was territorial back in the day. So, and then you had the middle street. So yeah, so I think when we go down, and we saw them yesterday marching around, you could see, yes, it's nice. There's still memories there, isn't there? Still homes.
Was there street rivalry? Because you're talking about territorial.
Oh, there definitely was, Marissa. Round our street, we were very kind of clicked, and then we would fight with the ones round the corner. But we made up. We made up the next day, and all I can say is that anybody that lived in Marian Park, I think I speak for everybody, we had the most amazing childhood, playing out in the street until 12 o'clock at night. And Donna's father in particular, Lord of Mercy and Freddie Norton, used to come out and give us all sausages every night at the weekend.
Make soup, and we tell ghost stories in the porches. And then the older boys, even like say when we were maybe 8, 9, so it could be 17, 18, would help us gather stuff for the bonfires on the 29th of June. So older kids played with the younger kids. It was just wonderful, and they all looked out for each other, and it was just a lovely place to grow up in.
Bonfire night used to be a lovely coming together. Like we'd collect all the bonfire. You know, the bigger boys would collect the wood, and then the night the parents would come round and they'd sit, and we'd make sausages and baked potatoes, and you know, it was great.
Well, Cox's is built, because that was a really, really big estate. Yeah. Did you have loads of new kids coming in that you were kind of... I'm sure that's when the rivalry really started.
No, but it wasn't really a Marian Park Cox's rivalry. It was a Marian Park rivalry.
Oh, right.
It might have been running around in your bike and trying to voice.
I think,
but it wasn't.
You'd be talking the next day.
I don't sort of ever remember like being an influx of people on the street or anything. Because we all went to different schools, and like I said, the chapel wasn't even here when we were. Like the Redeemer was built after it, so like maybe it grew out of very forward-thinking people, you know, doing a union and what a tenants association, and then they're giving people the opportunity to buy out their own houses, which was I didn't know until today when I heard Father Mark saying it, that I always remembered like your house was on the porches, which was at the time, but until today I never really knew what it was. It was like a mortgage, you know, from the council. So
another great memory was the summertime, McGuinness hayfield, when they were doing the hay. All the children would be out from 9 in the morning until 12 at night. And oh my God, those memories were just fantastic. And now there is houses built in that field.
And would you be helping them with the hay?
We'd be probably stealing it.
No, we'd be making bases and doing somersaults into it.
Making forts, and with the bales of hay we'd be making forts and things like that, and it was great fun. So it was.
Or hide and seek, and it was
there was like shuck down the back, and we used to kind of make rafts, but like that's all dried up now, so it is.
No, that was done.
It was amazing memories. I'm like even looking at the little school now. Like I remember very, very faint memory of going to the hop with my older sister. She had to mind me on a Sunday afternoon. They were thrown out of the house. It must have been Mommy and Daddy time on a Sunday afternoon.
Somebody, we're not talking about your family. I do remember somebody talking about that.
That's really Northern.
Like I remember going to it, yes, and we all still love that kind of music.
Yeah, absolutely,
from like the 70s and 60s, you know, because we grew up with that with our older brothers and sisters. And my sister actually went to school for first, like junior junior infants and senior infants.
You're pointing at the school, Donna. Is the school still there?
It's like it's where the Dalgan Boxing Club is now.
Okay.
Yes.
So that was a
It was
Marian-
small. It was at Marian Park Small Hall, and it used to be. It was a school before when Marian Park opened first.
Okay.
And then when the Marian Park got bigger,
Yeah.
and the Redeemer was there and Fatima, but
They probably would go to senior infants in it,
Yes,
and
yes.
then they'd go to Castletown or Fatima School.
right,
I'd say it
there's
was Castletown at the
Yes,
time, or Fatima School.
But then yeah,
with
this
them.
just goes there on a Sunday
Yeah,
afternoon.
Sunday afternoon, and Barney Morgan would be the DJ.
Oh, I
and-
remember you used to get your vaccinations there.
No.
Yeah, you had to go around and get your
That's a bad
MMR.
memory.
Yeah, I'm only, that's what got trauma now.
Are you a sugar lump? Is there anybody with family still living here?
Yeah, Donna.
My mum's that still lives here. She's 87, so yeah.
She's
Still
sitting
lives
over
there.
there.
She's sitting over there.
Yeah.
Great memories, great neighbours. Like I remember they used to do years ago. They used to do interlacing, which they'd leave a bag of shoes maybe from
Helen
Clonmel or
Murphy.
somewhere, and they used to sew in like the laces for the design on the loafers.
Yeah.
And they all used to sit in the porch, and then they'd be drinking tea. It was just the memories, and like if we done something wrong, our neighbours' mothers would give out to us if our own mothers weren't there. Like
So it was
a great-
community
yeah,
parents.
Certainly was, certainly was, yeah. So.
Wonderful. Well, look, it sounds like everybody has great memories, and as I said to James earlier, to see so many people coming back, it means that they don't have bad memories, that they were willing to come along.
Fantastic
Yes,
memories.
yes, yeah,
And even I think the Resident Association here have done an amazing job for
yeah.
having a day like this today, because there's a lot of hard work is on into this. So a big thank you from us.
Yeah, it's lovely.
The committee.
And they still have to, don't peak too early, we still have the Friday week.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a big night in
the Listu, yes, yeah.
And I think that speaks for itself, because the tickets are sold out, and a lot of people don't live here anymore. Marissa live in the north and further afield, and I think the tickets are completely sold out. So that shows the kind of spirit of the community and the childhood and how everybody got on in those days.
Okay, but I'm sure there'll be plenty of dancing to 70s music in the Listu on Friday week. But in
Thank
the
you.
meantime, Catherine, Donna, and Anne, thanks a million for talking to us. There's a man standing here, I think, waiting patiently. Is he going to have a chat with us? He is, yeah.
You can stay there and you can...
Oh, okay, he wants Catherine to stay and hold his hand. Sorry, the name is
Luke Martin.
Luke. Okay,
Luke.
Luke. And you're another resident, another person who
Yeah, I
grew
used
up
to
here?
grew up in Marian Park. I lived here for over 35 years.
Okay.
And great memories, like from growing up with the lads and different things happening. Like when I was young, I remember the Marian Park hop and also like we would play. Like you don't see any of the marbles anymore. You don't see any of the chess. You don't see any of the
Concourse,
when
isn't it?
Wimbledon was Concourse,
Yeah.
When Wimbledon was starting to be out with the rack, German jumps,
Absolutely.
German jumps,
Channels.
channels,
Yeah.
Alabella, and the
All
ball.
the old
all
games,
the
yeah,
old
been
games,
playing for hours, yeah.
It was absolutely a brilliant estate to live in, like in that.
Yeah.
And then as you got older, like you'd start what do you call chasing the girls.
Down to the hop, that's when the hop came in, yeah.
The hop was brilliant. Like it was, there used to be an early hop on.
That's right, yeah.
And then you got a wee bit older and you wanted to go to the late one. So you'd have to just go around and say, like, write me a letter to say I'm a year old card to get into the late one. But it was an absolutely great estate. The bonfires, like remember the bonfires?
Yeah, that's we were talking about them earlier, yeah.
The hill, Barney's Hill, like
Barney's Field,
coming
yeah.
down there in the slates, the snow, like it was pure, brilliant, like to grow up like in and that, and everybody looked after everybody.
Yeah.
Like years ago, you could leave your key in the front door, your key in the front door, and it was hard times too, like in that. If you were short some things, you go into the neighbours,
absolutely,
can I have
yeah.
a bit of sugar or a bit of milk or something.
It's a good sense of community, yeah.
That was a great community spirit, like a great community spirit. The mass was in St Nicholas's. There was a bus run up for mass, but you couldn't have your breakfast until after you went to mass.
Right, yeah.
Of course, you had to fast, didn't
Yeah,
you?
fast,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
receiving communion. Yeah,
Yes.
I forgot about that.
Yes, you had to fast. And when you came home, you had to take off your best Sunday clothes.
For next week.
I mean, that's the way it
Or
was.
maybe was there a community fry then?
Huh?
A community fry-up.
Yeah, you would get a fry on like
On
on thing.
Sunday, yeah.
Sunday.
Yeah, that was it, yeah.
And the Sunday dinners were beautiful, like that. You know, it really was like that.
I know, I'm just thinking, I'm sure there was a fabulous aroma here on a Sunday.
Yes,
Food
yeah, that's
coming
yeah.
out of- yeah.
But
And then the ice cream man to come around
Charlie,
on Sunday.
Charlie,
Charlie's Ices.
Charlie's Ices are the nicest. That's what.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. We'd come out with a bowl on a Sunday. We'd get an ice cream, and that was about, you know, you'd always get an ice cream even if you had no money.
Oh yeah.
You know, you'd always, but on a Sunday, you just get the bowl, and that was your dessert
treat.
on a Sunday. On a
That
Sunday,
was your
yeah,
treat,
the
like.
bowl, yeah. That's,
But it was very, very good. Like,
it was a lovely place to
it
grow
was
up
a
in.
lovely place to grow up in, like, and like, I mean, the people that have moved back in, and it's a beautiful estate.
Yeah.
Beautiful estate, and you know, there was no mess, like, and it was
No, that's
really
it.
friendly, like,
Yeah.
and one of the other issues is you never knew the older people's first name. It was
Yeah.
always Mr. and Mrs.
Yeah.
You never knew their first name. You weren't allowed to call them
Yeah.
by their first name.
And had you got that thing where if they were really close, you called them auntie?
Not really.
No.
No, wait a minute, no.
Mr.
And Mrs. Yes.
Yeah.
That's it.
And that-
But I even think, you know, like when I say myself and Anne here today, and you're some of the crowd that I would have remembered to it when I was growing up. So the friendships have stood test of time.
Yeah.
You know, you're sitting over there with the lads there, and you know, they would have been your neighbours and everything.
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah,
you
yeah.
know, it's
It was a great time, and
Yeah.
and like as you said, like we used to play football at the back
Yeah.
of where Barton Park is built now. With a thing, we used to come up here play football. There was football over in the other part of Cox's, like in that, and it was all good spirits, like all good spirit. And the football would go on for ages. We did live in the street as well.
I
so we
just
did
think
chase.
that was just until whoever had to win, who owned the ball, that was the
Yeah.
game was over.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
But it was-
Luke mentioned all these things that were happening outside, like playing marbles and
Yeah.
playing tennis when Wimbledon came along, etc.
Yeah.
And, you know, part of me's thinking, I'm sure the kids love to do it today, but we've just had a summer where it would have been impossible to
Yes,
actually
yeah,
get out
that's-
and do that because we barely had a dry day. And I know my recollection growing up in the 70s was that the weather always seemed to be better. Was it the same then?
It does seem
Yes,
to be, yeah.
it was better like in the 80s and that.
You might think when you're younger you don't feel it. You don't.
But also, like I'm not thinking that, but there's too much technology now. Phones and that have taken over from what,
yeah.
like and that marbles, like marbles. Like, it was a great spirit, great what do you call thing. Like at Christmas time, like you'd probably get a gun and that, and you'd be running around for cars.
That's it.
And Duffy Shop, was that a shop here in the estate?
Yes, yeah. There was.
Down where the bookies is now.
Yeah.
Okay, so people went in there to do their big shop as...
Well, there was
Well,
Duffy's, and then there was the Far Duffy's. Remember the one
Yeah.
across
Yeah.
the road?
Yeah.
And that was the Far Duffy's.
Yes, but it
wasn't
was-
very original when you think of
No,
it.
but Duffy's shop was it was a community shop, like, and it
Yeah.
was very, very good, like, and that, like, and
Yeah.
Mrs. Duffy was absolutely lady, like, and that, and the girls were lovely, like, and it,
Yeah.
the girls were lovely.
That's right, yeah.
So we had great memories of growing up, like, absolutely brilliant memories of Marian Park.
Excellent. Okay, well look, I'm... this afternoon, because I know you're going on for a little while, and then as you said, very importantly, you're all going to be reconvening on Friday week out in the Liz Dew for a hop. A big hop, a Marian Park
That's what
hop.
we're going to call it.
We need to go to a bit of an ad break, but we are with you until 5 o'clock, and we have plenty more people who are going to talk to us here this afternoon here in Marian Park.
Thanks.
Marian Park, Dundalk, 65th anniversary celebrations. This programme is funded by Commission Amon with the television licence fee. Marian Park, Dundalk, 65th anniversary celebrations. This programme is funded by Commission Amon with the television licence fee.
And folks, you're very welcome back to the 65th anniversary of Marian Park. We're here on the ring, the green. And we're here with someone who's travelled internationally to be with us. Where did you say you're from?
I'm from Omeath.
You're no Omethiopian.
I'm a Omethiopian.
Omethiopian. So, Andrea Clark,
Yes.
originally.
Nee Clark, yes.
And you tell me you were born in the house.
I was indeed. I was born in 51 Marian Park, right on the front. Yes,
Brilliant.
in 1965.
That's more information I require, but
Yeah, well, I don't mind.
You're looking well for it.
Thank you very
Are
much.
the family still there?
No, my parents passed away.
Right, and there's no family in it now, though?
No.
How many years were you there?
I was there for 21 years.
And fond memories?
Yes.
Of the area?
Very good memories. Great childhood.
Great.
Yes.
Excellent.
We're all brought up well.
Absolutely.
Yes. Great neighbours.
Listen, I spent
Yes.
my first birthday in that house in the corner there.
Oh.
With kiddie trainer.
Oh.
My parents abandoned me, went to Italy.
Oh.
And left me behind.
Ah, no,
And I only found out that in my 40s. I'm still in therapy. So if you pinpoint one lasting childhood memory of this area, this very green we're standing on.
Yes.
What might it be that you can broadcast?
Well, I wasn't really allowed to come up this far, to be quite honest with you, yes.
But these are common ones.
Yes, well, no, we'll not go that far.
Well,
we'll not go that far.
But the one to
Yeah,
select.
No.
So you're from where?
Yeah, well, I'm right down at the front, number
All right.
51, just as you come in. On the second row as you come in.
All right, and that's the select area.
And that is indeed.
Don't do that too loud, Andrea.
Yeah.
I can be your sister's here with you.
She is there. Karen's here, yeah.
Karen's
Yes.
doing well.
Yes.
She has the phone out videotaping
She
us.
has, oh God bless us.
God bless. And she's sober, which is
Oh,
nice.
yeah.
For a change.
Yeah.
Say on the folks.
Oh. Yes, I am sober.
Good on you.
I'm not a big drinker.
Are you enjoying your day?
I am enjoying the day, yes.
Are you delighted? 65.
65
So
years.
when did your family move into the area? How long ago?
Well, I think...
So they're here. So your family came here 59.
They were one of the first.
1959. Right.
Yes, yeah, they were one of the first to
Is
get
that
the
right?
houses.
Right.
Mhm.
When did the house go on the market? When was the house?
Well, the
built?
house went on the market about, I'd say about 15 years ago.
So that was a good stay. That
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
long time.
Both parents now died 6 months after each other. My
Oh,
mum was the first to
right.
pass away
My
in
God.
2008, and Dad died in June 2009.
Hey,
Yeah.
the Hokies.
Yeah,
I love you.
they were inseparable. Everybody knew Peter and Etna Clark. Always together.
And they're together now. Again.
And they're together now.
Isn't that what?
Yeah, they're together now.
Great stuff.
And I'd say my dad's here right now. Hello, Peter.
Brilliant.
Thanks for mentioning me.
Excellent. Excellent. Girls, thanks very much for doing
No bother at all.
You're getting emotional. Are you crying or is that
And
the way?
I was the first one to be born at home in the house.
Oh, you were in the house as well?
I was born at home in the house. I was the first baby
Right, so how many are you?
had in the house.
Five.
There's
Five
five
of us.
Were you all born in the house?
No.
No,
Right.
the oldest one was born in Drogheda. No, in Drogheda, yeah.
Yes.
And the youngest was born in the Loud.
Right.
So then we
And what happened? She's come too early.
No, she just says that she'll have the next baby or second baby at home.
And you're number two.
And then the third one, Linda, she was born 2 years after me.
Right.
And then Andrea.
I
Right.
was the fourth.
Yeah, so
All
we
girls.
were,
Four girls and one boy.
yeah.
And where's the boy? The eldest or the youngest?
He's the youngest.
Oh, spoiled rotten.
Spoiled rotten.
Spoiled rotten, of course. Absolutely. Girls, it's been great talking to you.
No bother at all.
Thanks very much. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, we're going to take a little bit more music while we line up our next guests. And we've got a local playlist, as I said. Here's a band that announced a surprise gig in town yesterday and had people queuing halfway around Seatown. All tickets sold out within minutes. It's the Mary Walvers and the Blarney Stone.
I was on the road to Bandit one morning in July. I met an Irish colleen and she smiled as she passed by. I said, you are a stranger, I'm lonely and alone. Will you kindly tell me where I'll find that little Blarney Stone? There's a Blarney Stone in Kerry, there's a Blarney Stone in Clare, there's a Blarney Stone in Wicklow, and there's plenty of them there. There's a Blarney Stone in Sligo, and a big one in Athlone. Or a bit of that town in Ireland, you won't find a Blarney Stone. Oh, she gave me a smile, she winked her roguish eye. She set me heart a thumping and I thought I'd surely die. I rolled her in my arms and never made a moan. I kissed the blooming roses off a bandage Blarney Stone. There's a Blarney Stone in Kerry, there's a Blarney Stone in Clare, there's a Blarney Stone in Wicklow, and there's plenty in from there. There's a Blarney Stone are a stranger. I can tell it by your blow. There never was a Dundalk man who was an awful rogue. You held me in your arms. Me heart began to melt. The only blarney stone I know is underneath me bed. There's a blarney stone in Kerry, there's a blarney stone in Clare, there's a blarney stone in Wicklow, and there's a blarney stone in Sligo, and the big one in Athlone. Never, never let down in Ireland, you won't find the blarney stone. There's a blarney stone in Kerry, there's a blarney stone in Clare, there's a blarney stone in Wicklow, and there's a blarney stone in Sligo, and the big one in Athlone. Never, never let down in Ireland, you won't find the blarney stone.
Marian Park, Dundalk, 65th anniversary celebrations. This programme is funded by Commission Amon with the television licence fee.
Yes, still all happening down here in Marian Park at anniversary celebrations, and I'm joined now by somebody with a very distinguished surname, Becky Hemingway. I don't think that's a Marian Park name, but you're you're one of the newest residents here.
I'm a blow-in. Yeah.
A blow-in. Well, you picked up the lingo quick enough. Becky, where are you from?
I'm from Colorado, in the States.
Okay, and what takes Becky Hemingway from Colorado to Marian Park?
That is a very long story, but the short version is that my husband and I got in kind of a rut, decided to take a year of yes. We said yes to everything that was music, travel, and service for 1 year. See where we land. We have landed here.
Okay, and how? I mean,
well, initially we were asked to house sit for some friends in County Wexford who had a music studio in their home. And they asked us if we would write a new album in their home while they were on tour. And we said that's music and travel. House sitting is a service. Our policy is yes. So there we went, and shortly after that, we found ourselves in Ireland, and we actually got breast cancer, so I had to stay still for a while. And when it was time for us to, once I got well, Ireland had really become home. My husband had enrolled in a 3-year course. I have dual citizenship, so we were able to get residency, and when we started looking for a home, Dundalk made a lot of sense to us. It's a great location, and we've landed in this great neighborhood. So.
It's quite a lot there. So first of all, glad to hear that you got well after the cancer, and hopefully that's all good. And you said there, and you brought me to what I was going to talk to you about next, because you had told me earlier that you perform with your husband. You write and perform as an Americana duo.
Yeah, we've done that for years. Sometimes it's our job, and sometimes it's our hobby. But it's been a fun thing for us to do over the years. We've made several albums, and now it's kind of a hobby, but we will get to be part of the celebrations here at the Listu on the 19th. So.
Okay, what do you perform at?
Becky Hemingway. My husband is shy. He's actually, we say we're the unsolo act.
See, I'm not going to lie to you now, because, and I really do mean this, I have heard of Becky Hemingway. I don't know where I've come across you, but I have come across you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
well,
so somewhere along the line, I don't know, you're on Spotify or something there?
We are on all the streaming services. Yeah, we made an album. Our last album is 4 years old. We made it during COVID, and then we sort of got other pursuits, other jobs.
We might might be able to line up a bit of Becky Hemingway to play for our listeners.
We would love to.
Finish up this afternoon.
Yeah.
So Becky, you're going to be performing out in the Listu on Friday week. In addition to the hop, there will be some live music, and that's yourself and your husband. And you also said to me there that sometimes it's your job, sometimes it's your hobby. How much do you have to divide it now?
Right now it's very much on the hobby side of things. We both found other things during COVID just because there was no live music. We got tired of going on tour in our house. We literally were, broadcasting from each different room in our home in Marian Park as our little tour during COVID, and that was fun, but it didn't really pay the bills. So.
And you moved in here to Marian Park just before COVID.
We got the keys in 2019.
So you see, you didn't have much of a chance to immerse yourself, if you like, in the community and to get to know everybody before we were told to stay indoors and lock up and not go anywhere near you for fear that they might give you something that was going to kill you.
So true. It took us a while. I think the first introduction to our neighbors was when we were pulling up some tile. When I say we, I mean my husband, because he does all those hard jobs. But he was pulling up some tiles in the hallway and hit a pipe. And we suddenly had a geyser. He's right behind you. Suddenly had a geyser in the hallway, and I remember we could not find how to switch the water off to save our lives. So there I was knocking on each door down the row, saying, "Help! Does somebody know how to turn our water off? We're ruining our new home."
And did somebody come to your assistance?
Yes, our neighbor Zombie was to the rescue. Two doors down.
Zombie.
Okay. Now, how weird did I feel knocking on a door and saying, "Is Zombie here?"
I know he sounds Zombie does not sound like somebody you'd want to trust, but he's very reliable, very great neighbor.
And he knows how to fix everything.
Yes.
And he well, obviously his name is not Zombie.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's not.
No, actually, he popped out of the womb and they called him Zombie.
The voice there is Mr. Becky, because
Andy Kirkman.
Mr. Becky.
Yeah.
Becky's and he's we were asking Becky earlier about how you came to be here, and she explained that, and that you were saying yes to everything, and you landed in Ireland, and then you eventually made it to Dundalk. But what was it that introduced you to Dundalk?
Actually, first time in Dundalk, we did a concert. We were played up here. We were musicians and played up here
in the Spirit Store.
Actually, it was just Dundalk Community Church.
Okay.
So we did a thing in the.
Well, yeah, we played at the Spirit Store a number of times.
Yeah.
But that was the first time, and we met a guy there who's born and raised here.
And we also did a support slot for Duke Special at Spirit Store before we moved here.
Okay.
So we've been a couple times. So yeah.
Okay, and then when you found Dundalk, how did you find Marian Park?
Oh my gosh, we were driving around and just looking at, we had several appointments that day, and honestly, it just felt like a godsend. I can only say we were praying for the right house, and it just felt right. Like, it was our last appointment of the day, and we had seen some houses that really just weren't going to work, and when we walked in, we just, they say when you find the right house, you walk in, you just know.
Yeah, it talks to you.
Somehow, when we walked into that house, we just knew. I can't really describe it any other way. And we obviously didn't know how great a neighborhood it was or how great
I can't say I just knew. I saw the
there was potential.
50-year-old carpet and the assist going up the stairs, and I wasn't sold right away, but eventually, yeah.
It had potential, though. Like,
yes.
We've obviously done a lot of work to it.
As the people we bought the house from were the original owners. So, there wasn't
the lambs.
The lambs, and there hadn't been the impetus to fix it up and make it look brand new and shiny clean and everything to sell. But you could tell it had been a home that had been lived in and loved by a family.
Yeah. Really cared for it, and
it had that aura. Then it had that
definitely
happiness and
lots of joy in the house.
Excellent. Okay.
Yeah, and we've since, of course, been able to meet Etna Lamb and.
I know Etna's hovering somewhere, but she
I saw her earlier.
She won't be coaxed towards the mic, unfortunately.
She's shy.
I don't know if it's shy or she just is not interested in talking to the dog this afternoon, but that's fine. That's absolutely fine. So, listen, great to meet the two of you, and listen, we'll have to get you into the studio someday in another capacity.
I'd love it.
To talk to us about the music.
That'd be great.
And I'd really like to do that. Now, I don't know if Alan has managed to line up a bit of Becky Hemingway, but I'm going to take a chance because we are going to go to a track.
All right.
Fantastic.
Thank you for the rain again. We know that all things pass. Don't we always find in time that the gray skies will bring back the green grass? We've been waiting so long for the first signs of spring.
was from 2007. Thank You for the Rain by Becky Hemingway. We just spoke to Becky Hemingway here at the Marian Park 65th celebration because Becky has made her home here in Marian Park and proving that Marian Park is truly international. I have two more people who've made their home here in the estate. I have Margaret,
yes,
all the way from King's Court,
absolutely, a cabin woman,
yes,
yes,
and Gabriella, who's come here from Argentina. Good afternoon.
Yes. All the way from Argentina to join this Dundalk party. And
lovely neighbours. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to come to you first, Margaret.
Okay.
King's Court. How long have you been?
Well, I'm in Marian Park. I'm married to a Marian Park chap called Dennis. So he is. And, I met him actually in a quiz in the Fane Bar, and I said to him, "You're cheating." He was cheating like hell. So he was, and I said, "Yeah." And from there on, we know each other about nearly 30 years. We lived in Pierce Park for a good about 15 years, and then unfortunately we went to a home, and we moved into Marian Park, our house, and see the neighbours there, absolutely fantastic people. Made me feel so welcome, part of the community. You just couldn't pass them at all.
I sincerely hope that cheating in the Fane was the last cheating.
Absolutely. But it was all going to a charity anyway, so no one got any money or anything, right?
Okay, Gabriella, what about yourself? Argentina?
Yeah, well, I came to Dublin initially in 2014 and lived there for about 10 years, and just last year I moved to Dundalk because once you come to an age, the party time is not so much Dublin, and I was looking at a more quiet life, so Dundalk gave me that new home. I just love here, love it.
Love it. Okay, and had you been in Dundalk before, or did you know anyone in Dundalk?
No, when I came to visit when I was seeing the house, and I said, "Oh, what a lovely place! I have everything, lots of shops, city center, and everything." And I feel the weather is much more fortunate here than in Dublin. So I think. I think we have more sun. I see more stars definitely than I used to see in Dublin.
No, we've more fun.
Absolutely.
We think it's sunny.
But then the other thing is, like, when I was talking to my colleagues at work, they were saying, "Oh, you're moving to Dundalk," and I'm like, "Oh, Dundalk, yeah."
Well, that's why we have
very, very happy to be here.
Absolutely. And this estate, actually, I'm wondering, Gabriella, do you have estates like this in Argentina? No, these kind of communities, no?
No, it's all like people don't talk to each other, and here you go out of the house and somebody walks by and they say, "Hi, how are you? What's the crack? How are you doing?" And I was like, "Whoa, that's very nice." Everybody talks to people. Now in Argentina, you know, from, let's say, the part where I'm from in Buenos Aires, it's more city, and you don't get the human feeling that much. So here it's lovely.
Similarly, when you moved over here from King's Court, was it?
Oh, there's a great community in King's Court as well, and I'm in Dundalk about 30 years now, and more. And I still say I'm going home to King's Court, you know. And I know it was my neighbours and girls I went to school with, and we say, "Well, Max, how are you?" And I said, "It's great." And I'll have you home for a couple of days, and then I come back to my other home in Dundalk. But there's a great community spirit in King's Court, and they have it here in Dundalk as well. And when I started out in the Ballymac, and I didn't know anyone, I'd been the chef there, and I found the people of Dundalk very friendly and would do anything for you. So they would, you know, and only for them. And I made it my home. As I said, I met Dennis, and, you know, things went from there. And fair play to Dennis now. Marian Park, he was the first to organise Marian Park reunion. It was in Bennett's Bar, and we were doing it for the local hospice. So we raised 1,000 euros. And then Ollie took over and made it better, and and I just love it. I just love it here. And like yourself, the community spirit, and everyone gets stuck in and to help each other.
I was just thinking that, Gabriella, you said, you don't have a sense of community, you don't have estates like this. So this whole idea of a street party and everybody sitting around and dancing and singing and eating, and people have set up tables and there's bunting. Had you ever experienced that before?
No, never. No. And I lived in the States for 10 years, and they have, big states, but you don't get the people, the warmth of the Irish people is what kept me here, to be honest with you, because it's so welcoming. I never felt like a foreigner, which I am, but I never felt like a foreigner. My mom is filming here.
Is that your mom?
Yeah, that's my mother. All the way from Argentina.
What's your mom's name?
Grace.
Grace. Hi, Grace. You gonna say hello, Grace?
I'm so grateful for it's wonderful, this city. Yesterday with the bagpipes, I enjoy very much.
Love it. Grace, Grace just over for the celebrations for holiday?
Yeah, it was actually her 70th birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Grace.
So she
came over to the Marian Park.
And I feel like blessed. Like my neighbor is Rose, and then I have on the other side I have Mosi and Claire, and they have been so wonderful neighbors. Like even Mosi this morning, he was cutting my grass, and that, you don't get that. You don't get that.
I don't get that either.
Not even
if any of my neighbors are listening, I've no objection. Absolutely no objection.
Get your game on, Declan.
I have a great neighbour, Tom Farley, lives across the road from me, and he'd always look out for you, so he does. And Margaret O'Hagan, now she's 94, and she was at the Mass today, fair play to her, and great community spirit. We watch out for each other, so we do. And we brought Margaret up for the Mass and brought her home, and she was delighted. I have some cake for her as well, Margaret, but she's 94. And then Tom, lives across the road from me, and he watches out for us all. It's marvellous.
And that truly is what it's about,
Absolutely. And I'm so glad to be a part of Marian Park, to be a part of the committee that we organised this, and it was such a success, and it was been brilliant, and the likes of ourselves and everyone that came along, and I hope they had a brilliant time, so they did, but we never know. 75 years, and will they have another celebration? What do you think?
Next 5. We shouldn't wait that long.
Next 5 years.
I think this is what whoever envisaged or came up with the idea of social housing all those years ago, and when the local authorities started building and housing people, this is what they had envisaged. This is what they wanted to happen, and it's proof that they got a few things right.
Correct.
Not always.
Definitely.
Not a few. And to see the generations, and I think we've been introduced here this afternoon to at least 4 generations of one family, and to see them all here celebrating together,
isn't it just
incredible.
amazing all together?
And the wonderful 70s and 80s soundtrack.
Oh, class! Yeah, we'll all be dancing now, shortly.
I do suspect as maybe the sun or sort of sun, as the clouds turn to darker ones, that we could have a few people throwing a few shapes out there and reliving the days of the
and the hop, and then remember we had Images Bar, and then definitely so.
Anyway, listen, we need to have back to the studio. We need to go up to the newsroom to Alan. We've come to the end of our outside broadcast here from the Marian Park 65th celebrations, but I know the party is going to go on here not only tonight, but they'll be partying all the way up to next Friday week when they culminate in the Lid. A big thank you to everybody who has participated in our programme here this afternoon. Thank you to Alvaro for keeping me company, and to Alan back in the studio. I will talk to you during the week. Ciao.